Ill-prepared and undereducated. That's how some students in the nurse practitioner program say they feel after spending thousands of dollars and going to school for months or years. A century ago, the medical field transformed educational programs for medical doctors, creating national curriculum standards. But our national investigative team found out that the same process never happened for the field of nurse practitioners, a position that often comes with serious responsibility, like prescribing medication. Some schools say the lack of standardization also makes it hard for schools. Here's Investigate TV's Lee Zurich.
Honey, I'm sorry. Really, I had no idea.
Watching a 1980s thriller. A requirement for a nurse to get a master's degree, a step toward becoming a nurse practitioner.
Literally for a third of your grade, you watched Fatal Attraction?
I did. I sure did, yeah.
Rain Toman wrote a 5-page paper about Fatal Attraction and Glenn Close's character, who struggled with mental illness.
For graduate level education, that's kind of, it's like I was doing it, and I'm like, this is like something I would have done in high school.
She says it helped her get an A in the course at DeUville College in New York.
At the time, it's like, oh, this is easy, but at the same time, you're like, what are we even doing here? Like, what is this? Like, what are you supposed to do?
That 2-year degree would have given her the ability to treat patients.
I'd be prescribing controlled substances.
She grew so concerned with the easy classwork, she started speaking out and reaching other students in different schools, having the same issues.
What makes me sick is that this is actually going on such a widespread scale, because these people are out in the community, treating people, or, like that to me, like, they could cause major harm.
For more than a century, there's been a national standard on how to educate medical doctors. No such standard exists for nurse practitioners, who in 22 states can treat, diagnose, and prescribe independently without the oversight of doctors. The American Association of Nurse Practitioners wouldn't talk to us for this story, but it's clearly an issue in the profession. 2 years ago, the association's journal featured this article: Should the NP curriculum be standardized? A nurse practitioner in favor says it would improve patient outcomes and follow the change medical schools made 100 years ago. But a nurse practitioner against the idea says a customized curriculum lets schools deliver programs that reflect the diverse needs of different communities, and customized curriculum offers the best opportunity. States rely on 2 national accreditation organizations. Many states, like Arkansas, rely heavily on that approval and a national exam.
Every state has different educational standards. Our standards are put in place to ensure that students meet all academic requirements that we feel are necessary here in the state of Arkansas, so that they are good beginning nurses when they graduate.
But some states use higher standards and won't accept all programs. As for Toman, she's filed multiple complaints, some of which have been resolved. DeUville says the accreditors found the school to be in compliance. Toman tried to transfer to another college, but she said they wouldn't accept most of her DeUville courses. Her education is on hold as she waits to hear from federal and New York State investigators.
What would concern me would be when the door closes and I have to be responsible to, make decisions that are going to impact another person's health and wellness.
Lee Zurich, Valley News Live.
DeUville said it could not discuss details of pending complaints, but it is currently in full compliance with creditors. The West Fargo Cheyenne football team is set to play for a state championship for the 2nd straight year. Beth is in to tell us that the Mustangs' greatest threat this year and what that is.